Can you hear me? Check, 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 check. I have it on host program. That's the right one, I think, right? Yeah, I'm good. Okay, bet, bet, bet.
is time for your weekly breakdown on the latest in entertainment, sports, pop culture, and all things Milwaukee. This is Nothing But the Truth with Melanie Ricks. Now streaming on 1017 The Truth YouTube with the witty banter, latest trends on social media, and hottest celebrity topics, here is Melanie Ricks.
There it is.
It is time for your weekly breakdown on the latest in entertainment, sports, pop culture, and all things Milwaukee. This is Nothing But the Truth with Melanie Ricks. Now streaming on 1017 The Truth YouTube with the witty banter, latest trends on social media, and hottest celebrity topics, here is Melanie Ricks.
What's up, y'all? Welcome to another episode, another week of Nothing But the Truth with Melanie Ricks. We are here in the stew. The American Family Insurance stew here in the 3rd Street Market Hall. What it do? Shout out to Jason Smith. You like the bars? What's up? What? I mean,
hey, I'm digging it, man. Come on now. I already know that you got a little rapping in you, though. So
you know,
I know already.
No, I'm like, I always say if I really wanted to be a rapper, I could be. But you know what, Jason? I think anybody can be anything they put their minds to, including platonic friends.
Despite what other people think.
You know what I mean? I think they can. All right, so why don't we go ahead and get right into it? And the reason why I say that is because we got a show. We have got ourselves a show, y'all. I had the nerve to question, can men and women just be friends? And first I asked Jason this, and I'm going to be real honest. If y'all tuned in last week, you know that Jason has some girl space friends. And when he was telling me some things about those girl space friends, it got me wondering, do they know that they're your girl space friend, or are they trying to be your girlfriend? And so it kind of got my wheels turning even last week. And then I put a bug out there to my girlfriends, and the responses were, off the charts. I showed Jason some, I'm talking paragraphs, okay? We got really deep into it because
college essay.
Man, what? It's giving dissertation. Like, I was like, period. Yes. What school did you go to? Let me know when the graduation ceremony is, because yeesh. No, but I really do appreciate my friends being so passionate about it. I think us women can be very passionate about this particular debate. And the debate is, can men and women just be friends? So that's the question of the day. That's the topic of the day. But first, we're going to talk about the friend zone. So, Jason, from a man's perspective, if you could, without looking it up, just from whatever your definition is, what do you define as being the friend zone?
I would say when you're in a position or you're in a predicament where y'all are strictly friends, like there is no way.
Okay. No way.
That nothing more is coming.
Okay.
Like, it's wrapped.
Is there an indication, though? Does she give you an indication that you are in the friend zone?
Yo, I'm talking, if you even try to shoot your you won't even try to shoot your shot.
Oh, it's like that. You won't even try.
Because you know.
Okay, it's like that.
It's wraps. Like, we are buds. We are buddies.
Not buddies. Not buddies. When you get called buddy, that's when you know. Or Fran. Because we do that. You know we do that, Jason. We'll intentionally say, oh, thank you, Fran. Oh, you're such a good pal.
Just so the dude get the hint, which is okay. I get it.
And it's so funny. I mean, we'll be bringing her on in a little bit, but we're having a little pre-show conversation with one of Jason's girl space friends. And she even said something which was so interesting, which was and we talked about generations last week. She's like, I don't know if it's a generational thing, but I wasn't raised to believe that like my guy friends would be attracted to me. And it's funny because I wasn't raised that way either. But what I was raised on, as in like how my classmates and my peers raised me, all the boys in my class were bullies to me. They were so mean. And then I found out when I was an adult, it's because they all had crushes on me. You know what I mean? And I know that's like a normal thing for like schoolboys. But then as I got older, I started kind of like, I don't know, getting this feeling that my guy friends that hung out with me more and texted me more and just seemed like really nice to me, I started getting the feeling like, do they like me? You know what I mean? And I'm not saying like, I'm just so cute. Guys can't be around me without liking me. But like, I really, every now and then I would start feeling that way. And so I was that chick. I'm not going to lie, Jason. I would make sure that my male friends knew, yeah, you're in the friend zone. You're not going to get out of that box. Sorry, love you, but no. You know what I mean?
But that's necessary, though. Because the problem, if you don't set those boundaries, now you got the dude confused, and now the dude thinking he got a shot. He thinking, if I can just stay in this a little longer, if I could stay in this, eventually that window go open.
Right.
You know, but that's why you got to set those boundaries.
No, facts. So is it possible to get out of the friend zone then in your experience with it? I know that's tough. That's a tough question.
See, I don't know if it's possible to get out of the friend zone.
You think once you're in, you're in?
I think once you're in, I mean, something huge had to happen, catastrophic.
Yeah. Okay.
But once you're in that zone, it's over.
I think some friends, though, trauma bond, and sometimes that can get you out of the zone. But I hate, like, to your point, it would probably take something extreme in order for that to happen. Because us women, we do, no disrespect to any of our guy friends out there, once we tell you that you're our friend, usually we mean it, but sometimes we use it on some reverse psychology stuff. I'm not going to lie. I'll be honest.
Explain that a little bit more.
I've definitely 100% been into a guy who had a girlfriend. And I would never step. I'm not that one. You know, I never have to have a woman come to me as a woman because I don't do that. I'm a girl's girl. You feel me? And I'm not attracted to other women's men. I'm talking like I had a crush on him and then I found out he had a woman. You feel me? And I've definitely been that friend who was like, I'll wait. But never inappropriate, but on some like, I'll wait. And like the I'll wait will be like, if he's talking in a group about this relationship and, you know, not even that he's seeking advice per se, because this was more so when I was younger, back when we actually used to do that whole like, oh, but my girlfriend, because now, I don't know, I get weird about it now. That's a whole other story. But either way, back when I was like early 20s and we would actually have those like group discussions about relationships and whatnot, I feel like I was always very mindful to be that girl who was like, you can talk to me about it. Oh, what did she do this time? I'll give you advice. But like, I genuinely gave advice, Jason. Like, I promise you, it was never on some like, I'm going to give you advice so she breaks up with you. It was literally like, no, I'm going to give you advice. I'm going to be a really good friend to you so you can see me as a really good friend. And then in turn, that means I could be a really good girlfriend. And then that means I can be a really good wife. And that literally was my thought process. I'm serious. And to this day, I still kind of think that way. Like, even if somebody is taken, I look at it like, that's okay. Just be their friend for now. Because if it doesn't last, they'll see you waiting in the cut. You know what I mean? But is that wrong? Is that bad to, you know what I mean? Do you understand what I'm saying?
I don't think that's wrong at all.
You don't? Okay.
I may be a bad guy because now I'm gonna be completely honest.
Please do.
I see a girl and she fine. And she got a boyfriend. If her boyfriend is not my friend. If her boyfriend is not my brother.
Okay.
And she feeling me. I'm supposed to say, no, you got a boyfriend? That's my job, or is it her job to protect her relationship? What am I supposed to do in that situation?
I feel you. Have you been the other man before?
See, I'm not that I've been aware of, but you can't put nothing past.
Right. That's a good point. Do you go out of your way to make sure whomever you are talking to is not in a relationship? You do. Okay. I mean, you kind of have to, right? But the thing is, though, I assume, maybe I'm just innocent, Jason. I assume if you're talking to me, you got to be single. But it don't always work that way.
It don't work like that, man. Come on now. People want their cake and eat it, too.
Dang, why can't you eat this cake, though? Anyway, that's so crazy because, like, when I think about, like, the friend zone, some people are placed in that for a reason. You know what I'm saying? Like, what if you see them in a state where like you can never unsee it? You know what I mean? Like, let's say we go camping together. For the record, I don't go camping, but let's say we do. And you're with, that group of people, guys and girls. What if a guy goes and, does something in the woods, goes to the bathroom in the woods, and you happen to see it? It's gross, disgusting. I may not ever be able to look at you the same way that you did because there's no sink. There's no running water. Where'd you wash your hands? You know what I'm saying? In that regard, I could definitely see somebody being placed in the friend zone and never coming out because, it's like, oh, I now know this information about you. You're okay with using the bathroom and not washing your hands. You know what I mean? That's an extreme example, but, that's what it is. But, Jason, I've definitely had guys who were in the friend zone who slowly crept their way out of it. I definitely have. I think it's possible. And I would actually say, if you don't mind me giving advice to the men that are in the friend zone, it's possible to get out. I think the biggest thing, though, is you got to communicate. And if you're feeling somebody, I think you got to tell them that. You know what I mean? And I know it's scary. I know it's easier said than done. But you got to tell them when you're feeling them.
I think a lot of times, dudes, man, us, we scared to say our true feelings because we don't want to, obviously rejection and heartbreak. Yeah. However, what dudes got to know, you cannot assume that girl knows how you feel. Just because y'all friendly and y'all have good conversation and y'all talk, that don't matter, bro.
No, it doesn't.
Unless you tell that girl how you feel, you cannot expect her to assume and just guess.
I agree. But I've heard men say men are usually not nice to women unless they want to sleep with them. I know that's so I know, and I don't like. It's cringe. I don't even like saying it out loud. But tell me about that statement, Jason. Is there some truth to it?
Yeah, well, there's truth in everything. However,
not in everything.
However, that is not the overwhelming reason why you are nice to a woman. You're nice to a woman because they are the greatest creature God ever created. That's why you are nice to a woman.
Talk to us.
If I'm feeling a girl and I have something extra on my mind, I'm gonna turn it up a notch.
Yeah.
I'm gonna laugh harder at her jokes and add more jokes, and we gonna be kicking it more, and I'm gonna be a little extra nice, maybe.
Yeah.
However, that is not the sole reason.
No, not just to sleep with her. Reason. No,
it comes along. It's a part of the game.
There are probably few people that you're attracted to and don't want to do that with. So let's be honest. It is a package deal. But I think the point in what I said was that person implied, no, men are only nice to you because of that. And it's like, nah, I don't think that's maybe some men, but I don't think that's the case. Now, I would love to hear from you because you just said, you think once you're in it, usually you can't get out. Have you ever either gotten out or tried? And if so, what was your method? What did you do?
See, I've been in situations where I've been in the friend zone, but I was one of those dudes who was too scared to say the feelings, though.
Yeah.
So I really don't even know how it could have played out. Now, I have gotten out of the friend zone before, though.
Okay.
And what did I do to get out the friend zone? I mean, honestly, I just kicked it up a notch. We start talking more. We start hanging out more. When I pick her up to go do something, I got flowers on the front seat waiting for her. So, sending those blatant signs just so she can get to know. And then throwing in a little, like when we're talking, throwing in some hints, with the words, letting her know, hey, nah. For example, this one girl texted me the other day and was like, every time I walk into this restaurant, one of the men, why you never bring no man in here? I was like, what you talking about? I'm the man you can bring up in there.
Period.
And little hints like that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Just little stuff until they finally get the message.
Yeah. No, I definitely hear you. It's so tough, Jason, though, because I think it is valuable for men and women to have friends of the opposite sex. But do you, genuinely, do you think that you can be that without there being some sort of attraction? And even if there is an attraction, can you still exist with that attraction but be friends?
Yes.
You can?
Well, yes to the first one. That can't happen. You can't have a friendship with the opposite sex and not have a romantic or sexual attraction to that person.
Okay.
Now, self-control is real, obviously. So when you're talking about, can you prolong that relationship and keep that relationship established like how it is without gaining feelings or getting some type of romantic or sexual feelings, self-control comes in at the end of the day. But it also depends on your perception of how you looking at the relationship, how you looking at it. Like when I talk about my friend Bree, my best friend, my sister, my mind won't even allow me, maybe because we so close and like when I'm looking at her, it's like I'm looking at family. Yeah. So my mind won't even allow me to even venture off into that space because it's like, what do you, that's like thinking of your cousin. Yeah. It's like, you just don't do that.
Yeah, it's gross. It's actually very disgusting, but I hear you. I understand. I'm glad you gave the cousin example. That helps. So I asked my friends, I just say, do you think that men and women can just be friends? And I'm excited to hear your perspective, just from a male perspective, also from your age demographic. But then also, I really like hearing from my girlfriends because I mean, they're wise. They've been through it. You know what I mean? Like we've had so many ebbs and flows when it comes to interrelations, and I feel like dating and all of that, and friendships for that matter, have changed a lot over the last few years. COVID, social media. I mean, just like the evolution of self that I feel like everybody is on. Like I feel like everyone is kind of, I don't know. It's hard to explain. Maybe it is the social media and the COVID of it all, where like certain things are more elevated. Like for example, the demure thing. Like, people are just doing these things that all of a sudden they're becoming different versions of themselves. And like, if I would have saw that 2 years ago, I'd be like, what is this? What are you talking about? But like that's the kind of stuff now that you're seeing, and it's so interesting because people are literally taking that and making it a part of their personality. You know what I mean? That being said, though, one of my friends said to me, yeah, they can be, as in men and women can be friends, but you have to be strict with boundaries because naturally one likely will become attracted to the other. And if both are weak-minded, good luck with that. And I found that very interesting because it actually made me follow up with her and say, so do you think that you can sleep with your friend and stay friends? And I know that's a loaded question. My bad, y'all. We're going there today. Because when you think about it, humans have needs. And if your friend has needs and you have, why can't that be? And my friends went into a whole other thing, and I'll get into that. But I want to hear from you. Do you think it's possible to take that next step? And if y'all don't want to be so drastic with it, let's just say kiss for now. Do you think you can go there and ever get back to where you were?
With a female friend? Mm-hmm. Without question.
You do? What kind of man are you? No, I'm just kidding. What you be doing with your friends?
You can definitely have sexual relations with a woman, and still only be her friend. Like am I friends with benefits? That's a thing, is it not?
Yeah, it is. I'm not gonna lie, it is.
I mean, I believe 100%. I agree with your friend.
So this is the thing, though, Jason. But can women? Because I hate to say it, I tend to think, based on the conversations I've had, that us women, and I'll speak for myself. Let me say, I'll speak for myself, and I think a lot of women out there can agree. Comment below. Let us know how you feel about this one. I can't be sexually intimate with a man whom I don't have an attraction for, who I don't have some sort of feelings for. That's just me. I think that it's a very intimate thing. One of my friends said it's like your souls are interlocking. I'm like, okay, we're going there. All right, we're doing that. All right. It's just fun. But like, she's right. She's right. Like, she's thinking about it on a deeper level. And so for me, Jason, it's like once we've made that kind of contact, I don't know. Something just, I become a different person with you. You know what I mean? Because usually if I let you in that regard, like, you're in with me. You know what I'm saying? It's not like we just doing this just to do it. Like, we're doing it because there's something there with it. Now, I know that, like, mistakes can happen. Libations happen. You know, late nights happen. But I think even in that, like, as a woman, it would be really hard for me to go back to it just being friends. I don't know. But I do think that men have an easier time with that. Like, I think men can look at it as it's just what it is. Wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. And then continue on about their day. Now, I'm wondering, do you agree with that? And if so, like, why is that? Why is it that men have an easier time, I guess, going back to what it was than women would have?
Well, listen, I would say that women are more. I don't want to
say it. Say it.
But this is just a fact.
Yeah, say
Women are more emotional.
Oh, don't say it.
And men are more structural. You feel what I'm saying?
I feel what you're saying, but explain yourself.
I will explain. Listen. So women are more emotional. They get more attached. So like if I'm having sexual relations with a woman friend, I will understand if she gets attached or a little bit more emotional afterwards. That's happened a couple times. Where dudes, listen, we can go, you know what I'm saying, enjoy ourselves with you and still keep that same level of friendship and with it not being weird. Like, I can still look at you as my friend the exact same way because like I know it's nothing deeper. This is all this is. We're just friends, but like you said, we still human. Everybody got needs, and if she trying to get on that, who am I to say no? Who am I to be the bad guy?
But how long does friends with benefits realistically last? Like, I hate to say it, Jason, as much as I love the concept, I tend to think that in the end, no matter what, in a friends with benefits type of situation, let's call it what it is. It's a situationship. And if there is one thing I cannot stand, it is a situation. I hate situationships. You know, I hate it.
They're messy.
They're so messy. And I feel like they always end with somebody getting hurt. It's so hard to just like, all right, that was nice. Let's move on with our lives. Like, no, it usually ends because somebody they just caught feelings and they kept those feelings. You feel me? Like, it's really hard to catch feelings and then throw them back out in the water like you didn't have it. You know what I mean? Like, once you catch them, it's very hard to turn that off. And I think that it's a lot easier for men to just turn off that part of their brains that say, like, you like this person. Like, I think it's easy for y'all to shut that off. I don't think we can do that, us women. I don't think we're wired that way. I shouldn't blanket statement. I hate when I'm not trying to generalize, but like you said, we're more emotional. I agree with that. I think that we are way more emotional. And I think sometimes when y'all give us an inch, we do try to take a mile, but I think y'all tend to do the same thing, just in a different way. With that, I want to read something that another one of my girlfriends said. She said, I think men are nice to women or nicer to women, because I had mentioned earlier, do you think that men are only nice to women who they want to sleep with? But that's essentially what I said. Well, my friend said, I think that men are nicer when they benefit from the situation or relationship. So it doesn't matter whether the woman is attractive or not. I think men can be friends with attractive women or women they find attractive. But in these cases, I tend to think that that woman most likely friend zoned them. And the man is just taking what he can get because he is attracted to said woman, and because he's getting some sort of benefit, i.e., he's got a cute girlfriend. You know what I mean? Like, she's cute. She's in the crew. It kind of makes him look better or whatever. I don't know how y'all be thinking, but basically my friend is saying there's a benefit for y'all having attractive female friends. What do you think about that?
I ain't gonna lie. I never thought about that like that from that perspective, but I do think that it's definitely benefits to having attractive people around. I told you before on the first episode, looks matter regardless. Like even if it's subconsciously, consciously, whatever, your eyes are naturally drawn to beautiful people. Now, with that being said, of course you can still have friends who you don't find attractive because I mean everybody is attractive to somebody. You
right.
Get what I'm saying? So, but it is benefits of having an attractive person by your side. And listen, your friend not lying. I've been in situations where I got friends on, but I'm still want to chill with the girl, talk to the girl, just in case.
Just in case.
Because that door might open. Right. You never know. Right. That door might open. So, no, I completely agree with your friend. I'm not going to lie to you.
The only issue with what you just said, Jason, is I don't want to say that like it becomes a conquest, but sometimes I think it is like that for y'all. I'm sorry. I think that y'all are the type where y'all will sit and wait like the sociopaths you are. And then once the door opens, you slide right in and then you slide back out after you get what you want. I'm just saying, like, I've seen it. I've witnessed it. I've been a part of it. My friends have. I have. It just happens. Talk to me about that. Like, talk to me about the idea that once you get that cake, once you get to eat, why you got to dispose of it? Like, why can't you just keep the cake? Keep eating that same cake. It's like y'all, like you get it and then you're good with it. That's it.
This is a deeper philosophical question because this is what everything in life. Sometimes when you want something so badly. You want it, you want it, you want it, you get it. It was amazing. It was great. But then the dopamine receptors in your brain start to go down.
Oh.
You're not as excited anymore because you're not as curious anymore because you got it. But now that sounds like the conquest thing you're talking about.
I'm just saying. That
sounds like the conquest thing you're talking about. And I do not. I'm going to stick up for us.
Please do.
I don't think that's the case.
Okay.
I don't think it's we just plotting to try to get what we want, and then when we get it, we out of there.
Okay.
No, I think it's all natural. We see what we want. We do what we have to do. And we do what we have to do to stay in her good graces, because that's our friend at the end of the day. We don't want our friend mad. We don't want our friend mad at us or having ill will or ill feelings towards us. So we stay friends. Eventually we get to a level where we intimate, sexually or some type of romantic or whatever. I don't think just because we dip afterwards that we just completed our mission and we trying to go. Nah, our curiosity dwindled. It's not the same anymore.
I feel like, though, okay, you said your curiosity dwindled. It is almost like you see it and you don't know what it's going to be like, but you want to try it out. You know what I mean? So if you don't like it, no.
But even if you do like it sometimes, like, it's not that I don't like it just because, like, I fall back. I mean, I had it. You know, and if I don't feel compelled, I mean, I guess it's just your feelings. Because if I don't feel compelled to come back, if I don't feel compelled to do it again or to keep this part of our relationship going, we don't got to keep it going. But it's not because I didn't like it. I mean, it just is what it is.
Right. Another, so I also put this out on Twitter or X. I asked the same question: can men and women be friends? And one woman replied, absolutely. Some of my closest friends are men. However, it's all about respect and boundaries. And I think it is important, but I think friendship boundaries are important with anybody. You know what I mean? Because there are times when I think we get like sucked into our friends' drama or what they have going on. It's like you already have enough going on in your life. I think it's important to set those boundaries. But that being said, what happens when you're let's say you have these opposite sex friends and then you get into a relationship? What do you do in that instance? Like I'm talking day ones, right? And you're a great person to ask because you've had day ones who are the opposite sex. What do you do when you're in a relationship? Do you feel like your friendship dynamics shift a bit?
See, I can give you perfect examples. I done been through it on both ends. So,
okay.
So like with my first girlfriend, so for the longest I had like one girlfriend for like years and years and years.
Okay.
And Bree was still my best friend at the time. But, however, I did have to hide Bree
You had to hide her. Why? Why did you feel the need to hide her?
Well, first off, they didn't really get along. You know what I'm saying? And then, two, she didn't want me talking to no female. I couldn't have no female friends or none of that. Like, it was just none of that. So I knew she didn't understand me and Bree relationship because obviously in her head, she thinking it's something more. Like, why you texting her? Why you talking to her? And in my head, it's like, bro, this is like one of the guys. Like, we chilling. By
the way, we love when y'all say we're one of the guys. We love it.
Obviously, when you say that, now she looking at you like, come on, now you lying. And I'm like, no. So I've made a decision from here on out. Ever since then, them girls know up front. Like,
right, they have to.
This is what it is.
It's
like,
important.
This is my friend.
Yes.
And whether you like it or not, bro, she was here way before you. She done been through here. She done been here for me. We done been through so much stuff before I even knew you existed in this world. You think I'm finna get rid of her for you? It's raps. So I tell them straight up now.
And that's super cute and sweet. I love that for you. But what if you do get to that point where you fall, I'm talking deeply, madly in love. And I'm not saying, let's say that in a perfect world, this woman you've fallen in love with is actually cool with Bree. Let's say they kick it. They're great. But there's still that bit of her that's like, Jason, I would really appreciate it if maybe you just didn't spend so much time or didn't text her quite as much as you do. Do you think at some point you would be willing to do that? And I only ask, it's very tough for women to have boyfriends or fiancés or husbands that are close with other women. And it's not necessarily because of you. It could be because of that woman. And I'd like to think that whomever you end up with, you're going to trust, but you don't know what other people are capable. Unfortunately, like, I'm just spitting the real. And I'd like to think that none of my girlfriends would do that to me. But I've seen certain people that I have called my friend be, in a situation that she should have been. Let's just say that. And so it's like, if I see you, if you moving like that over there, you're going to move like that over here. You feel me? So that being said, let's say you do get to that point where, yeah, you haven't known her as long as Bree, but this is your girl. This is your person. She's the one. And she asks you to just a little bit, just ease up a little bit on that. What's your response?
Well, I think when you get into a relationship, that naturally happens.
You think it does?
If I'm with a girl, I'm not gonna talk to none of my friends as much as I used to because I'm so preoccupied with her. We've actually had that situation where it was a point where she was in a relationship, I was messing with somebody, and we didn't talk not as much as we used to when it was just us two when we were like single. However, we still talk, but no, it tapers off naturally, and that's something that we both will understand. Like we'll talk about it, but two, and it wouldn't get awkward because, like I say, this is how she feel about the situation. Good and well. I'm talking to Bree.
Mm-hmm.
Good and well, me and you go forever be good, and we ain't never gonna stop talking. We ain't never gonna. But it's natural that your time is more limited because your focus is on the girl that you're talking to.
On that relationship. Well, another person, a guy on Twitter responded. He said, yeah, I think that in most cases, men and women can be friends. But if both are single, in some cases, most likely, given the chance, the guy would try to do something with that. He would try to add more to the relationship, but only if she makes the first move. Do you agree with that? And that's on some Nelly, unless you're going to do it, vibes. You know what I'm saying? That's on some we're friends. Unless you want to do it. Like, do you think that guys can be that way, or you disagree with that statement?
Oh, no, we like that.
Y'all are,
but
okay.
It depends on the situation.
Yeah.
Like, it just depends on the relationship that you have with the female friend. Because, outside of Bree, of other female friends, hey, listen, if they ever came to me and was like, hey, Jason, I'm trying to get on that right now. Let's get it. You feel what I'm saying?
No. Wait.
What's the word?
Why did you just say besides Bree? Why you got to single her out? Why is she the only woman in your life that absolutely, like, what if she came to you tomorrow? Yeah, I'm doing this. And she said, Jason, I got to tell you something. You really mean to tell me? Come on.
I will sit Bree down.
No.
And I will say, Bree.
No.
Are you thinking straight right now? What's going in your head? Like, what are we going through right now? Let's talk this out. Let's talk about this. Let's talk about it.
It's
That's
like
what I'll tell Bree.
I cannot. Can we bring her on? Is that okay?
Man, hey,
I feel like this is the perfect time to bring Bree on.
Hey, Bree, man.
I can't believe you just did that, man.
Come on, Bree. Listen, I'm sorry, but he started it. This man said, besides Bree, if any of my other girlfriends came to me, like, I took that personally for you. Because, like, why are you singling only her out? I want to understand that.
Oh, because she's my for real best friend. Like, she's my for real sister. Like, she's somebody who it goes beyond romanticism. Is that a word? Like, it goes beyond that. Like, this is like family. Like, this is like we locked in for life. So I don't have that type of relationship with no other female.
I'm sorry, Bree. Go ahead. Your best friend was talking over you.
Knowing Jason, I think he only has that in his mind when it comes to me because he is not a extremely open person about his life and, the things that he's been through, really, So I think that the fact that we've been friends for so long and he has had a lot of vulnerable moments with me just as a friend. And, he's real private about his, the things that have been going on in his life. I think that he's saying in a sense, like, I'm not going to let nobody else. It's no point of me opening up like that to another girl, unless she is my girl, because I do believe, once he gets in a relationship, he is vulnerable. But, like, just on the fly, having a conversation with a girl, he's not going to be like, well, here's my life story. To me, that's just how Jason is. Like, I don't know, but that's just my take on it.
So, Bree, How
Yeah, go ahead.
how old were you two when you met and started becoming best friends as you are now?
We met for the first time when he came to my school in 7th grade.
Okay.
And then we became friends in 7th grade. But there was a moment in high school where, he was going through something, and I reached out, and he fully opened up to me. And after then, we just were best friends, and I felt comfortable opening back up to him, so we kind of shared a moment then. And after that, we were kind of each other's go-to. So, that was just that. So it's been about, how old are we, Jason?
Man, it's been almost a decade as best friends. Like, we've been friends forever. We from Brown Deer. Well, man,
right.
Brown Deer is so small.
Right.
So we've been friends forever, but we became best friends probably about like 8 years ago.
Okay. See, and I love that, Bree, and I love that your friendship has transcended, just the Brown Deer of it all, because in high school, I had so many guy friends. In college, I had so many guy friends. But to be really honest, and this might be an age thing, Bree, the older I get, the fewer male friends I have. But I also think, because I don't know if you know how old I am, Bree, but I'm 33. And I think that I'm at an age where most of my guy friends, they are in relationships, or they are getting married or having kids or whatever it may be. And so I think with you two, so with you two still being so young, and I love your friendship, by the way. I almost wonder if maybe that has something to do with it. And that's why your viewpoint is very valuable to me, because I'm curious how two people, because Bree, you're beautiful. Jason, you're handsome. And the way that you two are, like, and I do believe you, for the record, I'm not, but I just find it so interesting that you are both, like, absolutely not. I find that very fascinating.
A lot of people do, and it's confusing for people. But it's more so, like Jason says, we don't view each other as just friends. The respect level crosses so much over into the family thing. Like, blood is thick as water, whatever. Like, we don't have to be blood related for me to really look at him and view him as somebody that's my family at the end of the day. Forget about being friend or friendship. Like, I wouldn't use that to really describe him when talking to someone else, because this is my family. So when you talk about taking away the platonic of it and going to more romantic, it's just something that we had never, that's just not a thing for us, because we're so much a family. And I know how he operates too. Like with girls, and how I am with boys. I just think that's too much. Like, it's like, I don't even.
We know too much.
I was just going to say, Bree, y'all know too much.
We just know what.
I understand.
Exactly.
I understand.
I'm like, no. Because even when he first talks to a girl, I'm like, yeah, you really like her, or yeah, you really don't like her.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Bree,
I really just know him. He is my brother.
Are you an asset to these women? Like, are you the kind of best friend where if somebody is talking to Jason and they really do like him, can they go to you for advice on how to get to the real Jason? Like, are you that kind of best friend? Or, and be honest, or are you a little bit protective of your guy and you're less inclined to help somebody, crack him, if you will, crack his egg?
See, at that point, I think when you are less inclined to help somebody out, I think that's weird.
That's when there may be an attraction.
Yeah, like this, if I'm going to be your best friend like this, I'm your sidekick.
Period.
So, yeah, what girl did you tell me you want to talk to? Okay, let me butter her up for you so you can get in good.
Let me find out you're a wing woman. Are you a wing woman?
Oh,
No,
she's my
I
wing
am.
woman.
Really? I am. Yes, like not all of my friends, but like growing up, if my guy friends wanted to talk to my friends, I would put them on because, why not? We're young. If my girlfriends are attracted to them, okay, so be it. But I am also an honest person where I'm like, okay, well, tell me what you really want from her so I can let her know the deal right away and y'all can do what y'all do if that's what she wants.
Right.
I'm not going to because I'm still a girl's girl, so I'm not going to set a girl up for failure and be like, oh, he's head over heels for you. And I know that's not the case at all.
Right.
You know what I mean?
But you make such a great point, Bree, in that, like, let's be honest, if there was some sort of sabotage happening, that's probably a sign you're into this guy, right?
Exactly. So, and it just goes a lot about boundaries. Like, you know, me and Jason have never crossed those boundaries, but I have other friends where, you know, we did just start off as friends, and then they did like me, and I'm like, how much of a friend are we? You know, are we just cool and we're hanging out in group settings and stuff like that? Like, we're not seriously friends. We haven't really gotten to deep conversations about life or anything like that. You know, we just cordial. Okay, maybe I would try to get to know you a little bit more on a romantic level. But me being a personal type of person, too, just talking to people, I try to get to know them a little bit before I even decide. I don't try to go based off of attraction. I'm more attracted to how you talk, what you got going on in your mentality. So it's like the whole lustful thing in the friendship thing is just not a thing for me. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I hear you.
I don't know. It's easy for me to have a platonic friendship because I'm just not looking at somebody and being like, oh, yeah, that's what I want. I have to actually know you for me to even want you or try to take it far with you.
Right. Bree, I really appreciate. Thank you so much for being a part of the conversation because, I mean, you're the infamous friend that Jason was talking about last week. So let's be honest, Bree, you inspired this whole conversation. So thank you so much, girl. Have a good rest of your day.
No problem. You guys as well.
Thanks, babe. So I love something that Jason did when preparing for this show. He brought up some friendships in pop culture, and I think it really, really goes along with what Bree was saying before we got on air, before we started doing the show, which was it may be a generational thing. You named some really great examples. Chandler and Monica from Friends, Joey and Phoebe, well, they're platonic. I'm sorry, that's not the right example. Robin and Marshall, that was a platonic one as well. No, Robin and Barney, like, I'm sorry, what?
Exactly. Well, why didn't... Because Barney was, he was on everybody.
But so was Robin. Low key. But anyway, our point. Those are the type of examples, Jason, I had growing up. Oh my gosh. Anyway, it doesn't matter. There are a lot of examples. I could sit here all day, but my point, a lot of sitcoms growing up made me feel like that's the way to find your husband, through your friend. I did used to think that. When I was a kid, I used to think, somebody who's my friend first is going to end up becoming my lover. You know what I mean? Lovers and Friends. Like, that was my favorite song when I was a kid at one point. Like, why was I 10 years old singing Lovers and Friends? The extended cut. But, like, real talk, I feel like that's kind of what the media told us. Now, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I agree with Bree. I think that you do want to establish a friendship, but I don't know if it's worth it always to take a literal, actual friendship, especially a long-standing one, and try to take it elsewhere, because it could create awkwardness and tension, and you know what I mean? Like, it's really tough. And I have had guy friends ask me out, like Bree said, and it is so uncomfortable because I don't think there has ever been a guy that I was friends with that, you know, was feeling me that I was feeling back. I just don't typically become friends with guys who I'm going to be attracted to. I don't know. I can't explain. And all my guy friends are handsome, but I don't look at them that way. I guess similar to what Bree was saying. But I do want to have a quick debate with you.
What's up, man? Come on. Now, you know I'm always ready.
Do you genuinely feel like in our society, think about social media, because that was another thing I wanted to bring up. Somebody else tweeted in response to, can men and women just be friends? They said, well, in reality, yes. But with social media, no. And you know why? Because of all the temptation that's out there. Knowing that, do you think that it is still possible? Like, let's say you're in a relationship, but, you know, there are certain women whose photos you were liking or who you were going back and forth with in the DM. And not even on some, like, we're friends, just on some acquaintance, like, you exchange messages, whatever. And I'm naive, okay? I have guys that slide in my DMs all the time. And in my brain, I tell myself, no, they're just being nice. You know what? I do that all the time. It's like, come on now, girl. You know, they ain't just being nice. But my point, do you really think that we can maintain that and still be in a relationship with another human being? Like, do you really think it's possible to do both? Or is it like you got to choose one or the other? And by that, I mean, you can't be as good of friends with that opposite gender as you once were.
See, it's tough in this day and age.
I know.
So, like, if you're talking about, because I think, like, you made a good point. I think the fact that me and Bree became friends so young and for so long,
that helps.
That helped a lot.
Yes.
Because, like, I'm still seeing, Bree, 7th grade.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? It's still like the
exactly.
same.
Very different.
But nowadays, if I became friends with, like, a woman, it'll be tougher. It'll be tougher, especially because, like you're saying, social media, temptation, the illusion of options.
Yes.
Like, it's an illusion for sure.
Oh, I know it's an illusion. It's not what you think it is.
People think that. People
it's not.
think that, dude, just because scrolling on social media, that, like, because they seeing all these people that they options for you, these people ain't think about you.
No.
You better choose the people. You better love on the people who love you. Choose the people who choose you.
Exactly.
Michael Brennan always told me, choose the girl who choose you.
Absolutely. Do you think that?
I think it's tougher in 2024 with social media to have a platonic friendship. I think it is possible. I'm living proof of it. However, I gotta switch it up, and I gotta say, in 2024, if I were to start fresh, trying to find a female best friend, I don't think I can do it.
Really? So you think it's easier to have that platonic friendship with a woman from a man's perspective with somebody whom you met maybe when you were younger? That's fair.
Where the relationship is when the relationship has deepened enough to where it goes past that.
Or even when y'all were so young that the idea of it being more than just friends literally was not even in the stratosphere. Whereas as an adult, I mean, Jason, let's be honest, it's really hard to meet somebody and not immediately think, are they attractive or no? It is. And I'm not saying you're blatantly being like attractive, but like you're gonna have an opinion about that person's appearance, So that's a really great point. And to be honest, that actually helps validate your friendship. And not that you needed to with me, but I'm just like, I was struggling a little bit because I think Bree's adorable and I think you're handsome. And I'm just like, come on, y'all, like, shut up. But like, no, I get it. I get it. Like you literally are day ones. You've known her since you were both 12, 13 years old. That's whom you're seeing. You're not seeing the, 20 plus Bree, you're seeing her middle school self. So I get that. And that's valid. And I actually, Jason, I would 100% agree with that last thought you had, which was it's much harder to become platonic friends with the opposite gender if you meet them as an adult. That's such a good point. Wow. Because there are guy friends that I've met as an adult, but I keep them at arm's length. Oh, because I have had guy friends, one of whom I literally was just like talking to like earlier. They text me, like I'll get like a text from a literal guy friend at like midnight on a Saturday. What you doing? And do you know I'm that friend? I ain't gonna call you, I ain't gonna say your name, but I'm that friend who I'll ignore it. Didn't happen. You didn't text me. In my mind, I'm like, they just wanted to know what bar I was at. You know what I mean? That's what I tell them. But come on, Jason.
No, man, I know what was going on.
I know what was going on, but I'm ignoring that. I don't. You know what I mean? So I think it's easier for us women to just honestly just pretend like that's, and I think that you men do get the hint. When we don't pick up what you're throwing down, I do think that the best of you do get the hint. So yeah, to that that person's response, yeah, it's possible. But if you're both single, there may be a little bit of an attraction. However, usually the guy waits for the woman to make that move so that he knows, okay, it's all systems go. We're good. Let's see where this goes.
If the woman make the move first, 9.99999 times out of 10, the dude is gone.
It's a yes. That's what, like, honestly, I've had this conversation actually with DJ Brother Z. Shout out to him. I asked him that, and he has told me multiple times, Mel, go on your phone right now, text 5 of your guy friends, and say, and he said you will likely get 5 yeses out of that.
Question.
Which is so interesting to me, because if they did that to me, I'd be like, are you okay? Like, I would literally be like, who has your phone? Like, what's wrong? That's so interesting. Okay, bet. Should we play a game?
Like, come on.
All right.
Might as well. You might as well. See, now, first off, Mel, this is what I want. This is what I want to do. First off, I'm gonna ask you a few different scenarios.
Oh, okay.
Because I know we still gonna do the top 5.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna give you a couple scenarios, and I want you to tell me whether or not these scenarios are platonic or is it pushing towards romantic.
Okay.
All right. So, first one. Let's say a male and a woman, a male and a female, they go to each other's family dinners.
Okay.
They done been to church.
Oh,
together.
gosh, not church.
Okay, you know, going to church.
Yeah, that's when you know.
Graduation.
Sorry. Are you serious?
Vacation. Can you do all of that with a woman? Can a man do all that with a woman? Can a woman do all that with a man and they still be platonic?
No. I'm sorry.
What?
I don't think so. I'm sorry. I want to say yes, because I don't want to be like that. I don't want to be that woman who says something's going to happen. I'm sorry, Jason. Everything you named, I have done with a friend, but that was not a platonic relationship, if you feel me. It wasn't. I'm just being honest. Sorry, Mom, but like, no. I've never done all of that with a guy who like was strictly my friend after the age of like, let's say 25. Because again, I do think when you're in college and in high school and, you know, before then, it's different. It is different. When you're younger, I genuinely believe like my younger brothers, they're still in the throes of like having like their college friends, kicking with them all the time. But I think as they get older, the women they're going to dissipate because they're going to get into more serious relationships. And I think when you're younger, sure, going to church and doing that's normal, it's fine. But like at my age, like currently, no. Usually when we're doing all that, it's because there's more than just a friendship there.
No, okay, man. I feel that. I think you could do all that and still be platonic friends.
Well, because you agree to all that. No,
listen, we go out of town. We don't got to sleep in the same bed.
Wait, Jason, you really think you can? Okay, sorry. Go ahead.
I'm just saying.
Is it just you two?
We don't got to sleep in the same bed.
It's just you two?
You coming to the family dinners. I'm coming to. We hungry.
You get in a room together? Hotel room together?
Oh, yeah. Come on now. We're not going to be.
You getting 2 beds?
Hotel room.
You getting 2 beds or 1?
Say we get 2 beds. And we both sleep on opposite beds.
Are you drinking together?
Oh, we got to have a couple drinks. Jason. Come on now. We out of town. We got to get a little loose.
Oh, Jason, you're so cute and innocent. So sweet. I love that for you. Aw. I love it.
I'm just saying.
Shout out to
Okay,
Bree.
one more.
Okay.
Your male, it's a male, and he tells you everything.
Okay.
He tells you his secrets. You tell him your secrets. Is that platonic, or is that more so for a relationship?
Oh man, I got to be honest. I think that usually us women, for me at least, if I'm telling you things, it's because I like you, even if I don't realize it. I think there's a subconscious, liking about that. Like, I don't know. I just feel like when you're that comfortable with somebody, it's hard to imagine that some sort of attraction doesn't start to happen. Because yeah, for a while you may see them as a friend, but when you start bonding over things and you start leaning on them for things and calling them about your day and finding out about theirs, like, I don't know. I feel like, Jason, like, if you spend enough time with somebody and you bond with, like, on so many different levels and you're just around them a lot, you do start to feel like something for them. I just do. What about you?
I feel that. I think that sometimes when y'all telling each other the secrets, sometimes the girl tell me something that I don't want to know. I don't want to hear. I don't need to hear. And it make me like, okay, now I know that me and you aren't on the same page about whatever it is.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I think it could go both ways.
Oh, 100%. I agree. It's a slippery slope, though.
It's definitely a slippery slope. It's definitely a slippery slope.
Because I don't want to keep saying at my age, but like I really don't have any guy friends that I'm that open with. If I'm telling you everything, we're, in some sort of relationship that's not just a friendship.
No, I feel that. But all right, man, now it's time for the real one. I just wanted to throw that out there. I
like that, yeah.
I want you to tell me 5 reasons why men and women can be friends. Because, like I said, I believe you can if you started off young.
Yeah.
But if you starting off nowadays, I think it's impossible. So tell me your 5 reasons why we can.
We can. Okay. If we work together, I think that the workplace is the perfect place to have friends of the opposite gender, as long as you're not one of those people who, you know, goes to work and does crazy things. But genuinely, I think a lot of my guy friends are men that I've worked with, you know. 2, I think that if there's, let's say you're on like a volleyball team or soccer, you know, us adults, we like to get into recreational activities that are outside, keeping us in shape. I think that if you've got teammates, you can be friends with your teammates, you know. That was 2. 3, I think that men and women can be friends if they are in a group setting, okay? I think that if you are introduced to a group of people that have men and women in it, I think it's very possible to become friends in that regard. 4, why? I think because we need to have friends of the opposite gender. Therefore, if we look at it more so as a resource, a tool, and I'm not saying like we're using them, but look at it as like they're part of your village. Like, I don't want to only have a female perspective. I love having a male perspective. I do this for the men. So like, if I want to know if I'm looking good for the male gaze, I'm not going to go to my girlfriend. I'm going to ask my guy friend. You feel me? I'm like, love my girls. Love them. They give me the best advice. They're not men, though. You know what I mean? And if I'm getting ready for a man, I want to know what a man thinks. You feel me? And then 5. I think 5, because we're not all horny goats, okay? Keep it in your pants. You don't have to be attracted to everything that walks. You know what I mean? And sure, there may be that initial like butterfly, lusty, whatever, but I think it's all about self-control and boundaries. And I think it's important to practice those things. And what better way to practice it than by forming friendships with people of the opposite sex?
Oh, yeah. No. I can dig the list.
Yeah, okay.
But I'm about to give you the reasons why no.
Oh, okay.
We cannot.
Give me the reasons.
It's over.
Uh-oh.
It's wraps in 2024. We got social media now.
Uh-oh, that's
It's
the first
done.
one.
Let me tell you some reasons why. 1,
Okay.
we talked about it, unspoken attraction. Well, it's hard. It's tough nowadays. It's 2024. Come on now. You seeing a girl, you trying to get on that. A girl seeing a dude, they trying to get on that. It's not just because even if you acting as if you guys are friends, y'all putting on the little front. Y'all know what y'all aiming for. Y'all know deep down what the mission y'all trying to accomplish. Now stop it. That's
sure.
one reason why.
Okay.
Unspoken attraction. 2, jealousy. Listen, if I were to just get a new female best friend right now, I would completely understand why she would be jealous if I got into a relationship. Yes. I will completely understand why the girl I'm in a relationship would get jealous. Bro, especially nowadays. Come on now. It's been hot girl summer for about 4 years now. So we don't know.
Period.
3rd reason, different expectations.
Okay.
I think that men and women, we have different expectations when it comes to a friendship. Like you said,
True.
Man, we could turn that on and off easy.
Right.
Women are more emotionally and more attached. So
Yes.
I think that is going to cause problems. 4, I put down social pressures. Society will have you looking crazy for having a female friend. Like me and Bree. Dude, if I tell you how many times
I can only imagine. Can only imagine.
Yeah, we got to explain to everybody. No, like this is it. So they be trying to get in our heads.
But are these people that know
weird.
the two of you?
Say that again.
Are these people, like, do they know the two? Because if they know y'all and have known y'all for a while, I think that's a whole other thing.
They don't be knowing us.
Okay,
That'd
okay.
be the problem.
Okay,
like,
that's
they
the
just
issue.
see us and just
assume.
automatically assume.
Yeah. Okay.
So then the last one, blurred lines. If we spending all this time together, we talking so much, it's really, really, really easy to get confused about what's really going on. It's really easy to get confused about how y'all really feel about each other.
It is. And that's so, like, I'm literally cringing right now because that's what I hate. That's why I said I don't like situationships, because those blurred lines, they get so blurry so fast. And that's scary. That's a scary place to be in. You start to doubt yourself. You start thinking like, am I not good enough? You know what I'm saying? And then it transcends even beyond just that situation. You know what I mean? Ooh, those blurred lines, Robin Thicke. Oh my goodness.
I forgot about that song.
I know, same, but we don't like that song because it was
I forgot. We don't like Robin Thicke or something like that.
Low key, there are terrible messages in that song. Like, I think it's about like hitting on a woman who's intoxicated and can't do anything about it. But anyway, we're not going to talk about Robin Thicke today. That's a great list, and you make very valid points. And you know what, Jason? I want to exist in a perfect world with ponies and unicorns and relationships with men that are platonic. And I think I do have those, but I'm going to give you just one quick example of a funny relationship of mine. I've known this couple. They're married. They have kids since we were all in college. Okay, we were all at UWM together. Do you know that he, ever since he's been married, only texts me in a group chat with her? He will not text me individually. The only time he does is when he's like, hey, I want to do something for my wife. Can you help me with it? That's next level of like, listen, you've known us for, a long time because they are high school sweethearts. I met them in college. Obviously, I've never been weird about it, but I respect. Is it weird that I really, really respect that he does that? I love it.
No, it's not weird. I think he a real dude for that.
Yes, he is. He loves his wife.
That's tough to do.
That's tough to do. And he wants to make sure that his wife knows this. I would never cross the line. And I really respect that he's like that.
It's just us.
It's just us. And I'm somebody who's known them since day one, as close to day one as I can be, of course, being like we met freshman year of college. They started dating, I think, junior year of high school. But still, I knew them early in their relationship. And even to this day, he will only text me in the group chat with her. And I kind of love that. I'm like, good for you. That's a hubby right there.
That's a real dude, man.
That's a real dude. My guy. Shout out. I like this topic.
I knew this one was going to be fiery.
And you know what's funny? We didn't even begin to even really dig into all the responses and the thing. This is something that can continue to go and continue to grow. But keep us posted on you and Bree. No, just play. Let me stop. I'm sorry.
I already know people gonna be watching this. And they're gonna be like, no, they're man, I'm trying to tell y'all.
Yeah, good luck, Jason.
Listen.
Good luck with the comment section.
Listen, we are friends.
No, for sure. Me too. No, just kidding. I just playing. No, I did get to observe their dynamic. I do believe you. I really do.
Thank you, Mel. Finally, somebody is believing this.
Let us know how y'all feel. Do you think men and women can be platonic friends? I do believe they can. I think that, it takes work. I don't think it's always easy, but I do think if you are platonic friends with the opposite sex, respect has to be there. Period. Especially when they're in a relationship. It has to be. And as a woman, if I'm ever really, really, really good friends with any guys, because for the record, any of my guy friends that are in relationships or married or whatever, I have made the choice to step back because I get it as a woman. You know what I'm saying? So I hope for anybody that does have that out there, once that platonic friend does enter a relationship, I'd like to think that we're all going to respect it. You know what I'm saying? And make sure that that partner knows we're never going to cross these lines, but easier said than done. And everybody's just so different. And like Jason said, men like to have their cake and eat it too. So appreciate y'all. Let us know in the comments what you think about this. Do you think that friendships can be platonic between men and women? And if so, why or why not? This is Nothing But the Truth with Melanie Ricks. Shout out to Jason Smith, producer extraordinaire.
No, thank you, Mel. It's all you.
I appreciate you. I appreciate you, Bree, as well. Thank you so much, girl, for chiming in. We'll be back next week for more. Hope y'all have a great rest of your week.